What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about what to do if you want to move forward with the guy or you're moving slower than you want, but you're afraid of pushing the guy away, right? You don't want to come off clingy, you don't want to come off needy, you don't want to push the guy away. You don't want to ruin all this hard work that you or the stuff you worked for as far as you got in that relationship, and then it all just go bam, right, and go downhill from there. Okay, you don't want that. I know. I don't want that. I don't want that for you. Okay, so I'm actually doing this because I had a client, an email client, where I talked to her maybe 3 or 4 times, and she's doing amazing. And she just wrote back to me saying that the advice I gave her was spot on and it worked, and they had an amazing night. So I kind of want to tell you the same thing. So before we even get into it, if you can, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. I'll love you forever. And if you want an email session with me or a phone session or support me on my Patreon, again, the links are in the description. So here's the thing. I'm going to give you her background. Now I'm going to go into much detail with it because I don't want to expose her. I'm not going to say names, but I want you to get an idea where she's coming from so you can better relate it to your situation. A while back, I'll say a month or two ago, she wrote me an email saying that she was talking to this guy who was having this certain circumstance or situation with his ex-wife. Okay, now they aren't talking or anything like that, or hooking up or anything, but he had a certain situation with the ex-wife, and the guy told her, my client straight up told her from the beginning that the things that you mostly hear. I don't want a relationship. I'm not, I don't. He wants to go slow with things. He doesn't want her to wait around for him, so on and so forth. Now, as a dating coach, when a guy says this, I know exactly what he means. He's basically saying, I don't want a relationship, especially with you. That's what he's saying, right? But his actions speak a little differently, and they're kind of moving forward very slowly. And I told her what to do. I said, you know what you need to do? You need to step back. You just need to be fun. You just need to show high value. When you are together, you got to make it quality. You got to make it matter. That's where you stick out, right? That's where you make your impressions. And, I gave her some more detail, but I want to go into it. And eventually, her and this guy started hanging out. And a couple emails later, she basically told me, like the last email, which was a couple days ago, she said that, her and this guy are still talking. So after 2 months of this guy saying, I don't want a relationship, I don't want this, I don't want that, they're still talking, they're still hanging out and stuff like that. But she said it's moving really slow for her. It's moving very slow. And I remind her, you got to remember, this guy just got out of this situation with his ex-wife. He doesn't, he probably doesn't want anything right now. He's free to begin. He's also free. You got to remember that. Last thing he wants is a relationship. He just got out of all that crazy stuff and, the situation he was in. So, you have to go kind of on his terms and his time. But she said that she didn't like the fact that they were moving very, very, very slow. And she felt like, she couldn't do anything because she said she felt if she reached out that she was afraid of coming off needy and clingy and things like that and will push him away. She's basically worried that she was walking on eggshells and that anything she could do, it would ruin the moment because she likes what's going on. They're hanging out, they're talking, things like that, and she did not want to ruin it. She's like, what do I do? I'm afraid that if I reach out and if I do something, I am going to ruin everything I've worked for. And here's what I told her, and I really do believe this. If you are in that situation, then you have not won the guy over yet, right? You did not create enough value. Now, the reason the guy might be sticking with you still, which is the same reason he stuck with her, is because she gave him what she did really good on. This, I give her credit for this. She did not give him any reason to break away or to break off. While she might be walking on eggshells, you still have to remember you are not showing the guy any resistance, any red flags, you're not posing a risk to his ego. You're not showing any signs of clinginess, neediness, insecurities or anything like that. You're back doing your own thing. When he's ready to reach out, he reaches out, and so on and so forth. And I told her, here's the thing though. First off, you need to create value. You need to get value equals incentive. And if a guy has value and incentive, or his perception of you is value, it will equal incentive and he will want to stay. So I told her to create the value. Now, here's the thing with her though. I felt the guy was with her long enough for several months, that it's all, that it becomes all framing now. He knows her well enough, and they've been together long enough that she does have some real estate now, and she can say something, okay? And she should say something. Now, I told her not to go real strong and forward with it, saying, hey, let's hang out, or hey, why aren't we this, or hey, why aren't we that? No, don't say that. Just reach out and say you want to hang out. I told her to reach out and say you want to hang out with him that night, right? Because she said she had a birthday party or something to go to, an event, and that she wanted to see him after. I said, you know what? Reach out to him. Reach out to him after that. There's no point not to. Just don't go clean with it. Don't mention anything about relationships. Don't mention anything about status or title or what are we. Just reach out saying you want to hang out, okay? And I told her to do that. Now, what I'm trying to get to you guys, or what I'm trying to deliver here from here to there, is if you're still hanging out with the guy that long, then that's good, because you're slowly building value. Maybe not as fast as you want, but you have to remember, you're not showing the red flags, okay? So you're not on this side. You're not showing them red flags. You're not showing him that you're needy, that you're clingy, that you're this, that you're that. So you're not pushing him away at all. But it's still kind of coasting, right? You're coasting. You want that spike. You want that bam. You want to go up. So when a guy's like that and you feel like you're walking on eggshells and you feel like you're not going anywhere, you're just coasting, then that's because you are limiting red flags. Red flags keeps the guy there. The value is what gives you the boost up, right? It's what gives you that hills. It's what gives you that growth. That's what you need. You need to boost value, and you do that by being the best option he can have, creating sex appeal, sexual value, social proof, again, confidence, body language, being the best option he can have, being fun, being an escape. And you have to go to the extreme with this stuff. People don't understand. And, it sounds cliche when I say this, but I'm going to tell you the same thing I said to her. Guys usually pick what you are in the first minute to 3 minutes they see you, right? A guy always puts you in 3 categories in the very beginning: friends, girlfriend, or friends with benefits. And I felt for her that she was in the friends with benefits kind of category, not the girlfriend category. And when you are in a category, it's hard to switch over to the other ones. It really is. So your job from here on out, I don't know what position you are with guys now. If you guys are interested in some guy, I don't know where you're at in terms of what category you're in, but you have to make the value, the social proof, build the sexual appeal, the confidence, all that kind of stuff in the very beginning. So you're put in the girlfriend category, which is high sex appeal, attraction, plus commitment, rapport, right? You have a lot of rapport, commitment, chemistry, things like that, plus sexual value, sexual attraction, sex appeal. So you have to be in that category. When you're in that category, it's much easier to get that spike. But when you're in the friends with benefit category like she is, you have to though. You just have to play that red flag game where you're not showing any red flags, and then slowly try to boost your way to showing that you are of value, that you are of a worthy girlfriend. Now, if you ask me, which someone said this in the comments below, it's like, why even waste your time with a guy like this? And I agree on that in a way, but at the same time, it's easier said than done. If you truly feel for this guy, then that's just hard to beat away from, right? If that was the case, then I wouldn't have a job. All you guys would be like, oh, I'll just get over this guy, I'll just get over that guy, let's go chase this other guy here, I'll go chase this other guy here, or I'll call back that guy who wanted to, fucking get with me 2 months, 3 months ago, okay? It's easier said than done. But I do agree, you should want to be with someone who is wanting and, trying to be with you, but that's the whole game. I hate to say it, but that's the whole game. That's just how it is. It's not always like that. It's this constant battle. But like that person in the comments said, you should want to be with somebody who wants to be with you, but easier said than done. If it was that easy, that'd be great, but it's not. So you do have to create, or kind of coast like my client was, and then boost your way up. But here's the thing, like I said before, if you are like my client and you do have some time with that guy, then you have real estate and you can demand more. And I told her, in a couple weeks or later on, slightly, not far from now, but in a little bit later, you do need to draw the line, say what we are or how we are, stuff like that. And I say that because And I'm telling you guys this too, because after so long, again, just like the girl in the comments said, if he's going to be with you, he's going to be with you. If he's not, then he's not. You need to draw that line and cut your loss. It's just like a slot machine. Slot machines were designed to take your money, and your job is to know when to cut your losses, okay? And you need to get away from that guy if he's not going to make the transition. You need to give him an ultimatum if he's not going to make the transition from friends and benefits or whatever you guys are, that slow, steady slope. No, if you need to demand right here that you want that relationship. If he's not going to give that to you, then you need to cut your losses and move on to the next guy. Give them the ultimatum and show them what's up, okay? But just again, for the fourth or fifth time, just like the person said in the comments, and I'm agreeing, you need to be with someone. It shouldn't be this hard to be with somebody, but again, it's easier said than done. You shouldn't be going through all this to get with someone. You should be with someone who wants to be with you just as much, if not more, than you want to be with them. But I've seen miracles happen. I've seen things time and time again where a woman is doing the stuff that my client's doing, and she does end up with the guy that she ends up being with, and they end up working out very well. Because at the same time, the divorce rate's 60%, and not even divorce rate, but the breakup rate's probably 90%. 10% of couples only last. So, you need to understand that just because someone likes you and you like them, that's not what makes it work. It's the attraction, it's the chemistry, it's knowing how to play the game. And that's what my client's doing right now. She told me straight up that she's learning a lot from this process. She's knowing how to keep a man. Not, because a lot of people, they come to me because they push guys away. They make it, like this guy and a girl are doing great, are doing well, they click, they're just like I say, or the person in my comments says, they like each other so much, they get together and it works out. But it works out there when they're attracted to each other, but 2 or 3 months down the road, they break up and they're wondering why, like what the hell's going on. Then that's where people usually come to me, okay? That's probably why this client came to me. She's wondering what's going on. And you have to know the game. And when I say game, I don't mean like it's literally, one win, one loses, because it's not. Both should win. However, you have to know how to play. You do have to know how to attract someone, how to keep them, what pushes people away, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's how you have to look at it. It's easy to say in the beginning, just get with someone who likes you. It's easy to do that. Why don't you don't need to play all this crap and play into this guy's roles, and you don't need to go through all these things to get a guy to like you. Just date someone who likes you and who sees your worth in the beginning, and you'll all be happy together forever. It's not like that. It's really not, because it usually does start off like this, and then something happens later on down the road and they're wondering what the hell went wrong, and it's because they didn't put the field time in. They didn't do their homework, they didn't do the grinding, they didn't do what they had to do, which is this stuff: watching these videos, reading my books, going on dates with guys, and seeing where you're good and what you can work on. Okay, so with that being said, I love you ladies, take care, and peace.